Kevin Costner, now at 70, stands as one of Hollywood's enduring legends, a man whose career has stretched across 4 decades and defined American masculinity through films like The Untouchables, Dances with Wolves, and Yellowstone. As he reflects on his legacy, reports suggest he's turned his thoughts to what happens after he's gone, specifically who he wants and doesn't want at his funeral. A longtime associate revealed, Kevin's not being morbid, just practical. He wants his memorial to reflect the authentic relationships he built, not Hollywood fakery. Costner, known for his quiet dignity and aversion to pretension, has reportedly confided in close friends about certain people he would rather not see standing at his graveside, paying what he considers to be insincere respects. For him, authenticity outweighs appearances. If they didn't respect me in life, he said, they don't belong at my funeral. Those words encapsulate his long-standing belief that integrity in relationships matters more than maintaining superficial ties. Among the names reportedly on Costner's private, not welcome list are 6 figures who, over the years, have each left a mark, often a painful one, on his journey through fame. The first is Madonna, the pop icon whose public mockery of him decades ago remains one of the most infamous celebrity slights. In the early 1990s, Costner was at the peak of his fame after Dances with Wolves and The Bodyguard. Wanting to show admiration, he attended one of Madonna's concerts and, after meeting her backstage with his children, called her performance neat. After he left, Madonna turned to the camera in her documentary Truth or Dare and gagged, mocking his comment as dull and unsophisticated. The moment went viral, branding Costner as square and uncool while enhancing Madonna's rebellious image. The sting of that moment, especially since his children were present, reportedly stayed with him for decades. He felt ambushed, said a close friend. He went to support another artist and ended up as the punchline of her film. Though he's never spoken publicly about it, those close to him say the humiliation still lingers, enough that he once joked, perhaps only half-jokingly, "If Madonna shows up at my funeral, have security escort her out." For Costner, her mockery wasn't just rude. It was a betrayal of artistic respect, something he's never forgotten. The second name is Sean Penn, another Hollywood heavyweight. On paper, they might seem similar. 2 serious actors turned directors with passionate convictions and intense artistic visions. Yet those very similarities reportedly created friction between them, with egos clashing and philosophies diverging. Both men emerged as major stars in the late 80s and early 90s. But where Costner sought to bridge artistry and mass appeal, Penn carved a path as the uncompromising actor's actor. Sources claim professional rivalry and differing political approaches contributed to a long-standing coolness. Kevin and Sean are 2 versions of Hollywood idealism, a studio insider noted. Penn's confrontational, while Costner's more traditional and reflective. They've never worked together and, insiders say, deliberately avoid each other at industry events. Costner reportedly once remarked that he didn't want performative grief at his funeral. A jab, friends say. Aimed at Penn, he said Sean might make it about himself rather than about honoring any real relationship. Then comes the third name, the late Whitney Houston's estate. The Bodyguard remains one of the most iconic films in both their careers, and Costner's heartfelt eulogy at Houston's 2012 funeral showed genuine affection and admiration. Yet, according to those close to him, his relationship with her estate in the years following her death became fraught. He had reportedly been developing a sequel to The Bodyguard, hoping to honor Whitney's legacy, but disagreements over creative control and the use of her image turned the collaboration sour. Kevin felt he was protecting their shared legacy, a friend explained. But it became about lawyers and control instead of art and memory. The breakdown hurt him deeply, especially as he believed he was acting out of respect for Whitney. The fact that her representatives questioned his motives left him feeling betrayed. One associate claimed, he once said that if certain people from her estate ever came to his funeral, it would be an insult to everything he tried to do for her. The 4th person on the list is Robert Duvall, Costner's co-star in the 2003 Western Open range. What appeared on screen as a powerful partnership between 2 Western legends reportedly masked serious creative tension behind the scenes. Costner, both directing and starring, had a clear vision for the film, a meditative, character-driven story. Duvall, an icon with his own deep roots in the genre, often disagreed with that direction. Crew members recall quiet but palpable tension on set, marked by terse conversations and differing interpretations of scenes. Though the two remained professional, their relationship cooled. Kevin admired Duvall tremendously, said one insider. But when Duvall challenged his direction, it hurt him on a personal level. In private, Costner reportedly admitted disappointment, saying he wouldn't want anyone at his funeral who didn't respect my vision. The fifth and perhaps most publicized rift involves Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan. What began as one of television's greatest modern partnerships ended in an ugly fallout. Costner's performance as John Dutton revitalized his career, but as Sheridan's universe of spin-offs expanded and Costner devoted time to his own film project Horizon, scheduling conflicts and creative disputes grew. Media leaks from both sides turned their disagreement into a public feud, with Costner accused of being uncommitted and Sheridan painted as dictatorial. It was painful for Kevin, a Paramount insider shared. He felt the public narrative made him look ungrateful when all he was doing was pursuing a dream he'd worked on for years. The sense of betrayal reportedly left such a mark that Sheridan, too, is said to be unwelcome at Costner's final farewell. The sixth and final name is Julia Roberts. Despite being two of the biggest stars of their generation, they never worked together, though multiple projects almost brought them together in the 90s and early 2000s. Each time, negotiations mysteriously collapsed. Something happened between them, said a casting veteran, but no one ever talks about it. Some speculate it was a dispute over billing, others a personal disagreement. Whatever the cause, the two stars have maintained a polite distance ever since. Costner reportedly once told a friend, "If she didn't want to make a movie with me while I was alive, I don't need her pretending she cared once I'm gone." These six names, Madonna, Sean Penn, Whitney Houston's estate, Robert Duvall, Taylor Sheridan, and Julia Roberts, represent more than a list of grudges. They mark the moments when Kevin Costner's core principles collided with Hollywood's less flattering realities. Through public humiliation, artistic clashes, business betrayals, and unspoken personal disappointments, each relationship shaped his understanding of authenticity in an industry that often lacks it. Kevin's guided by a clear moral compass, one longtime collaborator said. He treats people with respect and expects the same in return. When someone violates that, it cuts deep.